how are you?
Hi, Sinead.
Well, Devin, first of all, obviously we got the news today about Johnny Sexton won't be involved this weekend. How much of a blow is that? But also, Ross Byrne in there and how well he did against Exeter.
It's always going to be a blow when Sexton can't play, isn't it? But we're very used to it as a team. Ross is an unbelievable player. He did great against Exeter. So we have so much faith in both players. So to us, we're not going to be phased at all. We're just going to keep our preparations how we are, and we're obviously going to do the best we can.
And just asking about Ronan O'Gara, La Rochelle, your career would have come at the same time towards the end of his career. Are you surprised with how well he's done as a coach?
No, not at all. I think he's paved a way for himself as a world class coach, and he's gone and learned, and you can see by all the teams he's been with how great they've been going. I think he played my first test in 2010, and again I've been involved in different Ireland camps with him, and he's a great man, a great player, and obviously he's proven to be a great coach. So I think the players have a lot of faith in him, and yeah, more power to him.
Hi Devin, how's it going?
Oh yeah, who's that?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know if you could hear me or not. Yeah, just on Ronan as well, and I suppose just following on from that, like obviously you would have kind of known him behind the scenes. Was he somebody that was already kind of talking in the way a coach would, or talking tactically, or what way did he kind of come across in that sense?
Yeah, I think he did. I suppose it's a very long time ago now, so it's hard to get the memory around it. And I suppose like when I was there, I wasn't starting regularly, so I wouldn't have seen a lot of the background stuff. Do you mean? But training with him and being in parts in camps, yes, I think you don't get to be the standard that he got to as an out half on the international stage without being a little bit of a coach. I think naturally tens, kind of line out callers, eights, they naturally kind of come across and get their voices heard in training sessions and into big tests. So yeah, I'm not surprised about his success in the coaching world, I suppose.
Yeah, just one more for me. So just looking back at the Munster game, what learnings are you taking from that?
Yeah, obviously disappointing game. I think Munster just came out with a physicality that we didn't match. I think they messed up our ruck ball quite a lot, so I think we're obviously going to have to focus on that. But it's more about the intensity and the physicality that we're going to have to bring against La Rochelle. I think they have a huge pack that we're going to have to deal with. I think they will have seen how kind of Munster put it up against us at the weekend, and they're going to have to try and probably learn from that. So it's about taking them learnings and applying them this weekend for us.
Hi Devin, it's Don Swift here.
Hi Don.
How you doing? Listen, given a choice between facing an English, Scots, Welsh, Italian or French team, which would your preference be?
At this stage of the tournament, there's no preference. Literally, like at this stage in Europe, you just want to play the best teams. I think we did really well against Exeter. Obviously, the previous champions. I think La Rochelle are one of the best teams in Europe at the minute. You can see they've got 5 players nominated for Player of the Year. I think when you get down to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals, it doesn't matter what nationality they are. They're going to be the best teams left in it. I think they're a phenomenal team, and as you touched already on it, they're phenomenally coached. So I don't think it matters what nationality they are, but we'll have it up against ourselves this weekend.
Thanks, Devin.
No matter.
Hi, Devin.
Hello.
Just wondering, how much influence do you think the fact that John O'Gibbs was coaching at Leinster and combined with Ron O'Gara's knowledge of Irish rugby have an influence on Saturday's game?
Yeah, I think naturally it's going to have an influence. Obviously, because Jono is the coach and he has some insider knowledge about us. But saying that, it's a fair few years ago now that he was here. There's only a handful of players that he will know still. But again, I'm sure he's done all his video analysis and kind of he's probably watched us over the years. I think he does have experience as well when he was coaching Claremont against us as well. So he will know our strengths and he'll know our weaknesses. So, but saying that, he's not going to be out on the pitch. He's just going to obviously be telling the other lads what to do. So it's just down to us to match it, I suppose. So like he will have some influence, but hopefully not too much.
Okay, and in saying that, I mean, obviously experience is a vital factor in playing in the European Cup, and with Leinster's experience, could that be a big factor on the day?
You'd like to think so. I think a lot of the lads in the squad have played a fair few pretty important knockout games in Europe, and I think we as a squad have been involved in a couple of important games, and hopefully that experience will tell. I think it's a whole different kettle of fish when you look at when it was semi-final in Europe. I think you do have to obviously take every point you can, and obviously take every chance that you get. So hopefully that experience will stand to us. I think the only thing that we have our sights set on this week is La Rochelle, and hopefully the experience will do us well.
And finally, I mean, the fifth star on the jersey obviously is something that's very important. But also, if you look at the other semi-final of Bordeaux-Toulouse, it could be, if whatever way that goes, if Toulouse win that, then you'll have two teams. If Leinster beat La Rochelle in the final, is that something that excites you?
Yeah, a lot of ifs and buts, and it's, as I said, our only sight is really on La Rochelle this weekend. I think we're not really looking at the other semi at the minute. We're kind of solely focused on ourselves. I know it's a bit of a cliche saying it about us, but I think one of the driving factors for us is getting that fifth star for us. It's hugely important for us, and the way for us to get there is just getting by La Rochelle this weekend. So if we manage to get to a final, we'll obviously look at our opposition then, but again, as I said, it's literally just La Rochelle at the minute.
Thanks, Devin.
Thanks.
We have time for one more if there is one.
Could I ask one if that's okay? Yeah. Hi, Devin. How are things?
Hello.
I swear that's not the question, by the way. Can you remember what it was like getting to your first European semi-final? Because obviously I can imagine for La Rochelle there's a lot of emotion going into this week.
Can I remember? It's 2009. So it's a fair long time ago now, to be honest. I just remember that whole campaign. I was so nervous, because Europe is such a huge competition for us, for Leinster, and it was that year that we kind of got the first semi, and it was hugely nerve-wracking. I'm just trying to remember, to be honest. I don't think I got a lot of game time, to be honest. So, like, for me, I think it's more nerve-wracking being on the bench and anticipating going on and looking at who's like going down holding injury or who's not. And so for me, it was quite nerve-wracking just looking at it on the bench. And we obviously managed to win and get through to the final, but I don't have an awful lot of memories to be honest, coming through.